What's poppin', y'all? Yo, this Drake and Kendrick beef is the gift that keeps on giving, man. It's like if Pac and Biggie had just never passed away, which would be great. It would be a great gift. So I don't know why people are upset that this thing keeps going and there's conversation about it, but we're getting new revelations every day. And a recent thing that came out in the Sucker, gotta keep saying that, Sucker lawsuit by Drake. It says, update, Judge Jeanette A. Vargas has granted Drake's legal team's motion to serve Kojo Mene Asamoah with a subpoena through alternative means. Subpoena, they're trying to get him to come to court. Drake's legal team was unable to serve Kojo with the subpoena through traditional means, so he's been ducking. He is not getting served. It's like when when Logan Paul was fighting that other guy that was posting his wife with a new dude every single day, and that guy was just disappearing. They weren't able to serve him. Kojo's believed to be in possession of documents related to UMG's alleged use of covert tactics to promote Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. Now, is it Kojo that's doing this, or is it UMG? Anyway, we got a breakdown from none other than What's the Dirt. He did a really good breakdown on this, and it cites lyrics from the Family Matters song. I'm not playing any clip of the music, but I'm going to play you guys his clip.
Drake's Family Matters diss to Kendrick just got way crazier. Remember when he said this to Kendrick? It seems basic, but there's a hidden meaning. There is a man by the name of Kojo Asamoah who is a major person of interest in Drake's lawsuit against UMG. It's alleged that Kojo played a major role in inflating Kendrick's Not Like Us with bots. Drake also mentioned Kojo on Family Matters. But here's where it gets crazy. When Drake repeats there's nowhere to hide, you know what I mean, these bars are directly linked to Kojo, as he has a registered LLC business called Nowhere to Hide, which pretty much means Drake either knew what they were doing in the past or he knew what they were about to do. To make Kojo seem all the more suspicious, Drake's legal team have been unable to even subpoena him for the case because he's been hiding. The dude has been ducking. They can't find him. With Drake's cryptic approach to the Iceman rollout and the fact that he's been posting clues about this album since 1 month after the beef ended, it's clear that Drake has a couple more cards up his sleeve.
So as you can hear in that breakdown, this is mind-blowing. And it's confirmed before people are like, nah, like that's a reach and this and that. No. It's confirmed. And this is something that really changes up the beef. And I think it doesn't change the outcome, right? I will always say that Kendrick won for sure because, well, I don't know if I'll always say that. I don't like dealing in absolutes, but as of now, for sure, I still do think Kendrick won. And just tactically, the way that he handled the beef, he won with Not Like Us. That was just a bomb drop. Like, that's a smash hit. Like, you beat the guy at his own game as well. But Family Matters, it has given me, I've always loved that song, but it's given me a newfound respect for Drake because people talk about Drake is upset, Drake's in his emotions, this and that. Would an emotional person conceal this for this long? Would an emotional person have the patience to take the onslaught that Drake's been getting online for, hell, months? What is it, over a year at this point? And not even allude to anything that has to do with this line and tailor this line specifically to the individuals involved. Clearly, it was Kojo, Nowhere to Hide, LLC, his company, and Kendrick, if he even knows about it, which he may or may not, or Dave Free. They're the only ones that he would be talking to in this song. And that's a little bit haunting. Not only because this information wasn't public, and because he also concealed it in a way. This is just outstanding writing. Like, he conceals it in a way where, to us, it just sounds like, oh yeah, it's a basic line. There's nowhere to hide. But there is a deeper layer to it, which the lines like that always, I just bring, I get like this I get giddy like a kid, honestly. It's a feel like British people use the word giddy. I don't know. Maybe like in the 20s or something like that. But, right, so this goes to show that Drake is very patient. He knew things would come out over time. And this causes a lot of people to not just rediscover Family Matters, but to go back to it. It aged better. And it goes to show people were saying Kendrick Lamar's got a plant in OVO. There's people betraying OVO. Well, as we're seeing here, number one, Kendrick Lamar was outright wrong. Like, this is one of the things that got forgotten from history, is the fact that Kendrick Lamar completely lied. And it wasn't just a lie as in, oh, I'm just throwing dirt on your name about this beef. He tried to make it seem like Drake had a daughter. You guys remember that? For some reason, like the Kendrick, the K-bots, as they like to call them, you delusional people, is the fact that he was completely wrong, and he thought that he was making a huge expose. Now, he made up for that misstep. Like that was basically like a Deontay Wilder knocking himself down 3 times, really, in the beef. Or a Tyson Fury knocking himself down 3 times in the beef. And then what Kendrick Lamar did with that song where he was trying to say that Drake had a daughter. And then getting up and knocking him out. So with Not Like Us. But people are forgetting that a lot of information that Kendrick got was wrong. Drake has this information, which is getting proven true right now. We don't know if the whole... keep it a buck, man. Like, this whole botting thing, everybody's doing it. If it's even that common. Now, I don't think it's outright botting. I think it's manipulation in a certain way. And I think it's worse, quote-unquote, manipulation than what Travis Scott is doing. What Travis Scott is doing is completely within the rules. And botting would be like, let's say, black hat, right? Gray hat is what I believe Kendrick and a lot of these other people may have used. So it's like it's in between. It's a gray area. It's kind of like it's a PED, a performance-enhancing drug, that's not banned on the list yet. But it's not fully at market yet. So it will probably get banned in a couple of years, but while you're using it, it's not banned. But it gives you the advantage. So it's not like it's not white hat, so it's not like you're completely natural, but you are taking something that's not banned, but may be banned in the near future. That's the way I look at it with like this. The definition of this botting. I don't think it's just outright botting where you're like, yo, you've got a bunch of phones and they're just streaming this. I think it's a little bit more nuanced than that. But this is aging. A lot of people are tired of Not Like Us. Let's keep it real, especially within hip-hop. Like, of course, the broader, like, the guy's been on tour. He's performing Not Like Us. People are loving it. I think it's a global song. Like, whatever. And this is what I was saying when it came out. People were like, man, this song ain't global. All the Kendrick haters. No, this song was global. I've been hearing it all over the world. People I have all over the world are telling me this song was banging. And even when it came out, and they're still playing it. Like, the songs go on for longer abroad, especially if they turn into hits. So it will stay a hit, but within hip-hop, right, like the core where we reside, where we have our conversations, a lot of people are not really talking about Not Like Us anymore. A lot of people have been fed up with it for quite a while, maybe at least going on 8 months or so. But Family Matters now is getting new life, and who knows how much new life is still in the song. So there's that. And then there's the fact that Kendrick tried to portray that he had some information on Drake that was a daughter, and then that blows back in his face, especially with the whole, like, yo, he's got this vest and these shoes and this nonsense. And then Drake talking about we planted people for you to find this stuff. That's another theory that people will probably explore soon. And then we come to find out that Drake actually had a lot of information on them and what they were doing. So really it goes, and keep in mind, Drake didn't tell a single lie in this beef that I've been able to gather. Like, what lie has he told in terms of something that he believed to be true about Kendrick, not just like throwing dirt on his name, and it ended up being proven false. Like, he said Kendrick was doing that DV stuff or whatever. We didn't get Kendrick even addressing that. He just slid right past that. And I'd believe that. It doesn't make me like Kendrick's music any less. But I believe that happened. There's probably a physical dispute somewhere in the past. Who knows? The Dave Free situation, he said, I think that kid might be Dave Freeze. That's just rap. And he said, like, I think it might be. He wasn't saying anything definitive. But Kendrick was very confident and definitive about the daughter. So it's almost as if, like, when we're getting more information now, it's that everything was flipped. And Drake at least addressed everything that was being thrown at him. Now, it didn't come out that good in, like, The Heart Part 6, was it? The last song that Drake released where he was bowing out of the beef. But he addressed the claims against him. Kendrick did not. He didn't confirm or deny. So that's why I think we're going to come back and look at these songs on this beef at least with a different lens in the near future if you're an objective person. Now, if you're a Drake person, of course, you're rejoicing and really nothing has changed for you. You've thought that Drake won or didn't lose the entire time and you've just been coping. But for people that are Kendrick fans, these stans, which I just call Drake haters, they're never going to even acknowledge anything. Like, they're just going to cope somehow. They're just going to hit dislike and angrily comment and not address any of the points, which is fine. Go ahead and do that. But the people that are actually fair and enjoy this beef, they enjoy the sport of hip-hop, and they've seen how far this goes, and they're looking at it with renewed eyes, and they're like, yo, this Family Matters song, maybe there's some other stuff in there. This Iceman rollout, this is going to be interesting. How does this connect to Family Matters? Has this been rolling out this entire time? What are we going to get next? Because really, we've got all that we can get out of Not Like Us. Nobody's going to discover anything new in any of the Kendrick tracks. Nothing that we didn't know already. I mean, the guy tried to lay it on a silver platter that the guy had a daughter, and he laughed it off. He even told academics he'd work for him if he could find a daughter. That's another level of confidence. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see y'all on the next one.